I have left my ta-da. I got it now. This looks like the season, doesn't it? Okay, today on our business segment, we will be looking at the business of hamper, basket, decor, and retail business. In December 2013, government banned ministries and other agencies from providing Christmas gifts in the form of hampers to their respective clients. The total cost of hampers by government institutions during Christmas was estimated at somewhere around the region of 11 million Ghana cedis. Now, the ban meant that sectors no longer had a business boom that they had. Now, that included basket and cane weavers who provided the basket for the hampers. So, with the Christmas season here again, Joy Business has been finding out how business is like for them this year. Have a look.
As we know, this festive season is marked by the exchange of gifts among friends, loved ones, as well as companies to their staff and their workers as a form of appreciation for their hard work over the years. Now, these gifts are usually in the form of hampers, like these ones that I have over here. So as the season draws closer, we are here to find out from the makers of these baskets how business is going this particular season. This is the cucumber market at Agbogloshi, and this is where many basket weavers source their raw material, cane. It's a hot day and the area is busy as usual. We meet up with Andrews Boama, who has been selling cane for years.
2002, na yenyana more at the back. Na duties no na any too much. So what I say. Na say the one bundle no bush plus here 400,000, which is 40 Ghana.
In 2002, we used to get it more. The duties were not much, but now one bundle is 40 Ghana cedis.
Expenses. Doba be do hano na ba ko square best 350,000 for one bundle. We are marketing there oba enu 2 days or 3 days for near to
When we bring it, we go for documents at the forestry for 4 Ghana cedis. The council way bill is 5 cedis. Then there are also road expenses. So by the time we get here, it's about 35 Ghana cedis. They take some to Niger and Togo when we bring it from the bush to Accra. Then they also sell them. Andrews loves his business, but there are challenges, he says. With the poor transportation network a huge problem as he sources the cane from a village in the western region.
Transport is expensive. There aren't many cars in the area, so the least you pay is 18 million old cedis.
50 bundles, I say 60 bundles.
A popular place to find the cane weavers is along the Switchback Road in Accra, near the 37 Military Hospital. They cluster around in small groups of about 5. They make all kinds of furniture, as well as baskets for the festive season. Bright has been in the business for about 12 years. He explains that the elections had slowed things down, but business has been picking up.
We are cane workers. We are doing hampers and cane chairs here.
So the Xmas is just, in a couple of days, actually. How is the business going, especially when it comes to the hampers?
Last year, we said hampers, but this year it's not going. You don't know because of the election. You don't know if because of the election they are not buying. Oh, now see the back there, the hampers are there. They are not buying. But the last year by this time, we sell many.
Because of the government told them to stop doing hampers. It's a big challenge to us because out for me now have ministries, people who are there, ministries coming here, and big companies in governments hosted by governments. Now I get more customers from there, but out of the government stop them, including come again. So it should be a challenge for me this time around. But I'll thank God. Small because individual companies are coming small, but I cannot sell quantity I'll sell the past years. This time around I cannot sell the same thing again.
Depending on how deep your pockets are, a buyer is presented with a variety of options when it comes to designs. There is the cocoa, the box, the basket, and the new one, a kufuado.
That's why it's called like Fufuado.
Why is it a kufuado?
Because of him, I'll create this one and give the basket name of him.
Okay. And now people buying it because it's called a kufuado.
People started buying, but it's expensive basket over here. People like this one. It's not easy to get this basket because it takes you a lot of time to do it. Because of him suffering before it get power, that's why I give you this one.
Okay, and how many of this have you sold so far?
Oh, now I'll sell more than 150 pieces.
However, the prices of these baskets, I'm told, has been influenced by the inflated cost of cane.
When we come to our raw materials, there's a little bit of problem with our raw materials because actually where they have been bringing the cane that we have been, time it gets here into our place to go and buy for it, it's very, very expensive now. So it doesn't make our business progress because you go and use the money buying the raw materials, so at the end of it, then you have a little bit slow interest. Your interest is very, very less.
Despite the weavers lamenting that business is slow, sales seem brisk and people are buying and loading the baskets into their vehicles. So this is the final product when it's done. And as you heard from them, business has been a bit slow, but they are hopeful that it's going to pick up as we get closer and closer to the festive season. Reporting for Joy News, Sheila Tamaklo.
Well, I don't know, maybe I should expect a hamper. I am expecting a hamper. A hamper or two or more. Anyway, festive seasons like Christmas and events are simply inseparable. There's nothing can best describe how exciting that the seasons than the activities that are organized during that period. This therefore presents a huge business opportunity for event planners as well as for managers of event centers who cash in on this occasion. But is this really the case this particular Christmas season? Impacts of the general elections and its outcome as we have come, to know it. Joy Business's Amele Josu has been finding out.
Many event planners and owners of event centers are readying themselves for this year's Christmas season. Contrary to speculations that patronage of event centers as well as the services of event planners had dwindled, some owners of these businesses maintain their centers have been booked months ahead of the Yuletide and making gains of the season already. Albert Sapon is the operations manager at Page Center.
Well, I would speak from the point of view of Page. I'd say it's very lucrative because we've been booked almost all year round. And I think there are more people who come looking and searching for more event dates. So, like I said, from the point of view of Page, it's very lucrative. I don't know about other event centers around, but I'm guessing it's the same everywhere else. Because of the size of the place, we actually don't rent out the entire place outright. We sell it in halves and then the entire place. So half of the ground goes for 3,000, the entire place goes for 5,000. But from the second half of next year, we're going to change that and do 5,000s entirely, no more. With the Christmas season, the funny thing is people booked for this month a long time ago. So as at July, almost the entire month of December was booked. And now, at this very point, we have more bookings, more people booking who have booked even for weekdays. So for instance, from the 23rd to the 27th, we have back-to-back events. And then I think the end of the month as well. So December, people planned ahead. So people had December in mind a long time ago.
On her part, Managing Director of Unique Floral says the only downside in her business is the low patronage of gift hampers by corporate bodies relative to the same period last year.
The Christmas season is our season as well. This is when there are loads of weddings, celebrations, and everything Christmas. So we've had to prepare for company end-of-year parties. We've held a few. We have a galore of weddings going on. We have weddings back to back. Next week, we've got a wedding almost every day. And our preparation is over the years, because we've done this, we know that closer to Christmas, we bring out all the things that we think we'll be needing. We set them ready and we have them stored in a place where we can easily lay our hands on. The previous years has been much, much busier than this year, but it's not been so bad. I wouldn't say it's bad, but it's a little bit slower than last year. We haven't seen as many hampers as we did previous years, so it obviously has affected it. But for the corporate, yes, it hasn't been as busy outside for the corporate events as it has been for the weddings. So definitely the election and maybe people being a little bit short of cash with companies slashing down their budgets, it has affected it.
So if you're now making arrangements to book an event grounds for your Christmas party, perhaps you should consider giving it a second thought so you don't disappoint your cherished guest. Reporting for Joy Business, Amele Josu. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas and, of course, a very prosperous new year. We are looking forward to it. We're still doing some business right here. So apparently at the Abosokai Spare Parts Hub, they decreased the prices in anticipation of some government promises. Of course, the leadership of that hub has to say that it doesn't really have anything to do with the victory of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. But it also appears that, having been in an election year, that the Christmas business has suffered some effect. What exactly, to what extent has the Christmas business been impacted by an election year? Once again, here is a story that's linked to that particular idea.
The apprehension posed by the just-ended elections seems to have given way for the Yuletide approaching. The usual hustle in the business district of Accra has increased as Ghanaians prepare for the Yuletide. However, speaking to Joy Business, some small business owners in the Central Business District lamented the decline in business. They attributed the drop in sales to the just-ended elections, while others say they were hopeful sales would pick up again with a few days to go for the Christmas festivities.
This year, the market is not that good. It's not all that good at all because things are not things are not easy at all in Ghana here. Even to get money is not easy. So we, the petty traders around, we do not find things easy at all. Things are very, very difficult here. And so most of the times, the people passing by will to buy, but their money is not sufficient for them to buy. So they will just ask of the price, then they will put it down later.
So ABI is going on. You come, you open your store, you stay. Since we came in the morning to this time, up to this time, if you calculate it, you don't have anything a year. So I think things are not going on as it's supposed to be. So, last year is better. Last year is better than now. I've shown this book to you. There is nothing going on. You come and stay here in the evening, you close your store and go and sleep. There is nothing going on.
People are not buying. They told us that when Nana wins, people would come out to buy, but that has not happened. We are waiting on God. Last year, sales were up, but this year, it is not like that. Last year, people were buying in dozens, but this year, it is not the same.
Well, there are a lot of people, around. People are passing, but they are not buying. They come and ask the prices and then they go. Last year it was better, but at the same time we can't say because Christmas has not, we have about some few days, and sometimes when it's getting near to Christmas, that's when people start, coming to buy. So we are waiting to see maybe next week what will happen.
Other operators said they had experienced a boost in sales after the end of the elections.
This year's Christmas sales have been very, very good.
compared to last year, and this year it was election year, and since Nana won, things have been going on very well. Like people are just coming to our shops and buying stuff for the Christmas celebration. That is what we've sold a lot compared to last year. We sold a lot, but it was after the elections. Before the elections, people didn't come out to buy like last year. But after the elections, people have been buying. So I'll say we are running out of stock now. So we sold a lot.
This Christmas,
last year, things were bad, very, very bad. This year is much better. People are buying more GTP than they did last year. In the past week, we have sold 50 to about 70 cartons of cloth. We are hoping to sell 300 cartons by the end of Christmas, hopefully.
Oh, close to be 300 or 250 to 300.
Since the elections ended, it has been good this year by God's grace, although it could be better compared to last year. This year has been much better.
From the Central Business District, this is Kukwa Apia reporting for Joy Business.
Right here in the studio, my name is Gifty Andopia, and that will be it for business. And like we said, Roland Walker is in the street checking for some prizes. You know, we'll go over to him very soon and get you what's happening in town. Have the prizes been increased or have they been decreased, like what's happening at the Aboso Kai? We'll tell you all about that right after this. I'm going to have a conversation. You want to listen to that conversation because it's about how you keep yourself safe on our roads. Do stay tuned.
AM Business.